Fellas, welcome to week 7 of the JJDL Season 3 Chien Pao Division. I'm the Maune coach of your San Antonio S-Rays, and this week we're taking on a legend, Coach John Jr., the Portland Nightshaders. Oof, I've been waiting all season to say that. You can check them out down in the description below, along with the rest of the JJDL coaches, and, check out the man, the John Jr. himself, running the league, hosting it, giving me a chance to show up and really, get out there, you know what I'm saying? If you don't watch the team builder, there will be a time on screen for when the battle will start, but if you plan on sticking around, I appreciate it. And without further ado, my opponent, Mr. Junior himself, has a truly incredible team, consisting of Raging Bolt, Ursuluna Blood Moon, Iron Hands, Uncle Mike V2, you already know, Rillaboom, Iron Boulder, Skarmory, Frostlass, Blastoise, and Wigglytuff. Some things to know about his team: he's running one Terra Fella, Raging Bolt. He's got Stealth Rocks on Skarmory and Wigglytuff. He's got Spikes on Skarmory and Frostlass. And his only way of removal is Rapid Spin on Blastoise. If I were to guess what 6 Pokemon he would bring, I'm guessing Raging Bolt, thinking like either Terra Water or Terra Fairy on him, to kind of slow down my walking wake a little bit. Ursuluna Blood Moon. Iron Hands is a pretty good check to my Chi-Yu. Skarmory, I think Spike Stack is pretty good into my team. And I personally am very bad at playing against Spike Stack, so I think he's going to bring that because it really fits his playstyle. Iron Boulder has to show up for sure, right? Iron Boulder, he's drafted it. Iron Boulder hasn't even been KO'd yet, and he's turned his season around incredibly. He hasn't lost since. And for his last one, if he really wants to go into Spike Stack, he can bring Frostlass, but I think he's probably going to bring Blastoise, because I think he's going to value a spinner, and I also think having a walking wake switch in would be good for him. Coming off our last week W, I played that game super aggressive, and I think this team isn't as aggressive because someone like John Jr. can take advantage of over aggression, so I try to find a nice middle point between aggression and tankiness. I might be a little too tanky, but we'll see. But for the aggression, we've got Charles Youth himself. He's carrying the Life Orb. He's got the Beads of Ruin. Carrying Flame Charge, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, and Fire Blast. We've got 112 HP, 20 defense, max special attack, and 124 speed with the Modest Nature. This is going to be our mid-game wall breaker. If I can get a Flame Charge off, I can outspeed the likes of Iron Boulder. And Dark Pulse and Flamethrower combined are pretty good into his team. Something like Raging Bolt could prove to be a bit of an issue if he gets rocks up, or if he gets spikes up, then I'm going to take a lot of chip. But if we can get some things chipped down, and we can get this guy in mid to late game and get a Flame Charge off, his ability to sweep becomes exponentially increased. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're going to need to get that Raging Bolt chipped down. Next mon on the team is the Metagross, coming off his amazing performance last week. Taking on the Jirachi and the Azelf. He's got the Stealth Rock, the Bullet Punch, the Psychic, and the Hard Press with his leftovers. And we're just max HP, max defense this week. This is kind of just to take on Iron Boulder. There's no shot he doesn't bring it after its performances in the last few weeks. And so this is to kind of take that on. I don't know why, but Hard Press was just doing more than Heavy Slam or Meteor Mash and all of the calculations. Don't really know how this move works, but we're gonna bring it. It's supposed to do more, so we're gonna send it. Next one on the team is the team captain. We got Walking Wake, carrying the Terra Ground this week with the heavy duty boots. Flip Turn, Flamethrower, Terra Blast, and Scald. We've got the 204 HP, max special attack, 52 speed, with the Modest Nature. Terra Ground this week is kind of an offensive and defensive Terra type. Offensively, it lets us pressure Raging Bolt before it Terras, Iron Hands, things of the like, Iron Boulder. But also defensively, it lets us be immune to Thunderclap, immune to any electric moves that Iron Hands may choose to go for, and also lets us resist Mighty Cleave from the Boulder himself. This is kind of just like a bulkier sort of pivot, but it can still put on a lot of offensive pressure, as we are the max special attack this week. It can maybe win late if I have webs up, but I would not expect this thing to really be the late game cleanup. Next up, we've got the Decidueye carrying the Assault Vest with the Overgrow, U-Turn, Giga Drain, Shadow Ball, and Leaf Storm. We've got the max HP, 180 defense, and the 80 special attack with the Bold Nature. This is the Ursaluna Blood Moon check, and it's not an amazing one, frankly. 2 Blood Moons takes this thing out, and I'm just kind of relying on the fact that he can't use Blood Moon 2 times in a row. It can also check Iron Boulder in a bad situation. If it's still healthy, I can live 1 Mighty Cleave, and I can take it out with a Giga Drain or a Leaf Storm, depending on if I'm in Overgrow range or not. If I'm in Overgrow range, Giga Drain will take it out. If I'm not, then Leaf Storm is likely what I'll end up going for. But this thing, more importantly, as you'll see later, is to Spin Block. His only removal is Blastoise, and I'm trying to take advantage of that with our last Pokemon on the team, which you'll see. You know, if I can keep the Iron Boulder slowed down, it'll allow my Chi-Yu, my Walking Wake, to be able to put in more work and not feel as pressured by the Iron Boulder. Next, we got the Weezing, got the Pyapa Berry with the Levitate, got Toxic, Pain Split, Clear Smog, and Strange Steam. Got the max HP, max defense, a little bit of special attack. This is the Iron Hands and Rillaboom check. I don't know if Rillaboom would show up in this matchup. Frankly, I don't think it would. But on the off chance it does, we've got this fella right here, this individual. And in a bad spot, we can live potentially 2 Psycho Cuts if he's like non-boosting item. And if he is a boosting item, we can live 1, and we can go for Pain Split or Clears or Strange Steam or whatever we need to go for in the situation. Yeah, this is just our physically defensive check to whatever physical offense he wants to bring. And finally, coming off the bench for his first week, got the Spidops. He's got the Focus Sash and the Stakeout. Stakeout's gonna be useless. I probably should have changed this to Insomnia, but I've already played the battle. But yeah, that's alright. He's got the Sticky Webs, the Spikes, the Taunt, and the Toxic Spikes. We're running full status this week. Max HP, 24 defense, and 232 speed with the Timid Nature. This lets us outspeed no speed Skarmory or Ursaluna Blood Moon, and if he's like a negative speed Raging Bolt for some reason, we'll outspeed that too. The main goal of this is if he's running Skarmory with no Brave Bird and he's just running Mono Body Press, we can likely get up at least 2 hazards. If he leads something else, we'll probably only be able to get up Sticky Webs. Like if he chooses to lead Ursaluna and for some reason it's like a fast set, then he'll just take us out. But in the chance that he's not doing that, we'll be able to get 2 up. And like I said, Sticky Webs, we're trying to just make sure the Iron Boulder doesn't get out of hand. And yeah, that's the team builder. Thank you for watching, if you stuck around, and let's jump into this battle. Here we are at the battle versus the league owner himself, John Jr. You see he brought pretty much what I expected. He's got the Raging Bolt, which he has confirmed is Terra Water, which is something I thought about. He's got the Iron Boulder. He's got Ursaluna Blood Moon, Iron Hands, here to beat the Uncle Mike allegations. He's got Skarmory, and he's got Blastoise. I'm happy to see no Frostlass, as weird as that might sound, because that kind of puts a damper on our Spidops plans. We're gonna lead with Spidops. We're gonna try to get those webs up, maybe get a T-Spike or something like that. As for things I think he'll lead, I think an Ursaluna lead or Raging Bolt lead could be plausible. No Rillaboom is pretty sick. Yeah, we're just gonna send it. Good luck, have fun to my man John Jr. and let's get into this battle. So let's see who's gonna lead here. He's going to lead Cuddles, which is big Ursaluna. Holy moly. He could Blood Moon, which would take us down to our Sash. I just want to check really quickly. Does Ursa Luna, Blood Moon, Ursa Blood Moon, does he get taunt? He does get taunt. It's probably okay if he taunts me, I can just switch out. We're gonna set up the webs. He's going to Blood Moon. He's gonna put us down to 1 HP. That means I'm pretty sure he has to be max special attack. Yeah, he's max special attack modest. We're gonna get the webs up. So Ursa is max special attack modest. And if he's faster than my Spidops, he's got a good chunk of speed. Do I have a need of keeping Spidops around? Not necessarily. He could go for something like a Hyper Voice, maybe a Vacuum Wave. I'm just gonna try to get up a T-Spike in case he wants to Calm Mind. Just goes for Vacuum Wave. Okay. So Ursa KOs Spidops. We see he has Vacuum Wave. We could go into Decidueye, perhaps. That is my check to this. How much is Walking Wake taking from this? Scald is a one-shot. He's got a good amount of speed on him, so I don't know how bulky he could be. Blood Moon's doing a good chunk, but we will not die. And Scald should be taking him out. He could switch into Iron Hands, in which case Flip Turn could be kind of fine. I want to go into Wake, and I think, pardon the keyboard noises, and I think I kind of just want to go for Flip Turn here. He could go into the Iron Hands to sort of sponge my hit. How much is Iron Hands taking? If he's Assault Vest, he's taking not a lot. A Burn could be pretty good on Iron Hands. If he goes into Iron Hands, I suppose I can just go Wheezing on that. I could also go Decidueye. He could Ice Punch there though. I just want to go for a Scald, I think. Get some big damage off. He's gonna switch out. Let's get that ruler up on there. He goes into Curdle, which is the Blastoise. We see he has no boots. And that took not a whole lot. Did about 10% to the Blastoise. I think that just means it's AV. Yeah, Scald's doing way more. So that Blastoise is AV. Our Decidueye is our dedicated pivot to this. I don't want him to spin webs away. This is AV. Let's put out my Conk Assault Vest. Max HP. Oh, with how much that did, I think he's max HP, max Spidef. Yeah, it's the only way Scald does that little. He's AV. He's gonna go for the Flip Turn. Goes down to 330. Not a whole lot. He could go Ursaluna Blood Moon, I suppose. Not really. He goes into Wrestling. This is the Skarmory. Okay. Now Skarmory lost Defog, which is pretty chill. If let's see, Skarmory. If he's got like the Brave Bird, that's doing a good amount to me. And Shadow Ball's not doing really enough to really consider staying in. I'm just gonna go Metagross here. He could try to Spike Stack me, which would be less than pleasant. He just goes for Rocks. Okay, so we have Rocks up. He's got Rocks. I'm fine just getting Stealth Rocks up of my own. What do I think? He could go into Iron Hands. He could just stay in. But I think getting up my own Rocks is fine. He's gonna put up Spikes too. Okay, so he's got Rocks and Spikes. We did not bring any removal this week, so we're both just gonna Spike Stack till the cows come home, I suppose. Now I am not doing a whole lot. Wake is probably a fine play here. If I go Wake, Brave Bird's doing about a third, and Flamethrower is pressuring this. So I'll make the Wake play. And I've got the boots, so I'm not taking a whole lot. Last time he just went Blastoise. He's gonna set up another Spike, so he's got 2 Spikes on my side now. My Pokemon are gonna be taking a good amount when they come in. He could just go for another Spike, or a Brave Bird. But last time he just went Blastoise. If he stays in as I flip turn, what do I go into? Machiyu's gonna be taking a lot. Machiyu is gonna be pretty much half health if it comes in. I think Flamethrower is fine. If he goes into Blastoise again, I can flip turn. He does switch out. He's gonna see that we have Flamethrower. Goes into Curdle, which is gonna take the web and the rocks. So this thing is getting pretty chipped down. We're gonna Flamethrower it, get a little bit chip off, not a whole lot. You know what, he knows we're boots now, so I'm fine just clicking flip turn. And getting back into Decidueye. He could flip turn, which would be less than amazing. If I go into Decidueye on his flip turn, he goes back into Skarmory. That could be bad, but I don't want him to remove the webs and the rocks. So we're getting pretty chipped down here. 286 and then 227. So at 63%, he does just flip turn. We're now 197. He's got me in a little bit of a vortex here. If he goes Skarmory, I think I'm just gonna Shadow Ball. He could also want to go into Ursaluna, just to fire up a Blood Moon, which is only a chance to OHKO if he's max special attack. And if we get really low, let's say we live on like 5% or something like that, we can Giga Drain and get that all back. He goes into Uncle Mike version 2, which is Iron Hands. He does not have boots. Leads me to believe he is an Assault Vest of some sort. Leaf Storm's not doing a whole lot. Giga Drain's just not doing a whole lot. How much am I at? 197? Now, I am... Weezing's looking pretty good here. If he's got something like Ice Punch, that'll take me out. I could go Weezing, throw off a Toxic, get some momentum going. I can also Pain Split. Feels like a good play. Do I have a better play? No. We're gonna go into Weezing. My Decidueye is getting very chipped down very quickly, and it no longer lives a Blood Moon from Ursaluna, which is not great. He goes for the Ice Punch, which brings us down to 240. He's got not a whole lot of attack investment. He could go Skarmory here. I'm fine just throwing off a Toxic if he wants to try to SD. He does switch out, probably into Skarmory, so we've wasted our turn. So we see that Iron Hands has Ice Punch. Oh wait, that's not Skarmory. That is Ursaluna. And we see that he's also not Boots. We're gonna get a Toxic off. So now this thing is going to be taking some decent chip every turn. Now this thing definitely KOs me. So it's kind of, who's my least important member at this point? What does he have left? Everything. I suppose I could go Decidueye. Blood Moon's taking that out. I could go maybe Metagross, but then Earth Power takes me on the next turn. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna go Metagross on the Blood Moon, and then I'm gonna go Decidueye on the Earth Power. Or do I just want to go into Decidueye? If I let Decidueye go down this early, I'm in a pretty tough spot. How much is he? He's not KOing Walking Wake in one shot, but then the guy just comes in. I'm gonna go Metagross, and then I'm gonna go into Decidueye on the next turn. Because Metagross should be able to take on this Blood Moon decently. And you saw that we have Levitate, we do not take chip from spikes on the Weezing. He goes for the Blood Moon, okay. So he's down to 96. Yeah, that's pretty offensive there. Wait, how did he do that much? Modest. Is he like Silk Scarf? Maybe. It's the only way I see it doing that much. We're just gonna go into Decidueye now. Because he's gonna Earth Power this turn, most likely. He could also choose to switch out, but I don't think he's in a spot where he really needs to. How much are we at? We're at 153. 94. Ooh, I actually don't think we're gonna live Vacuum Wave after. 24, 35. 24 to 35. 59 damage with Earth Power to Decidueye. Yeah, if he's got Vacuum Wave. Vacuum Wave, it's a roll. I mean, I gotta go for it. It's a roll. It is not in our favor whatsoever. But I guess on the off chance, I'll go for it. He just decides to switch out. He's not gonna risk the roll. And he's gonna go into Skarmory. Could take this opportunity to get his third spike up. He's not boots on Skarmory either. We're going to not do a whole lot. 35 to 59. He's not lefties either. I do think he's Rocky Helmet. I'm just gonna Shadow Ball, try to get as much chip off as I can at this point. If he is Skarmory, yeah, Shadow Ball's doing the most. He's just gonna go for another layer of spikes, so he's got all 3 layers. So my Chi-Yu on switches would be 50%, which is not great. We're gonna do a good chunk to Skarmory actually. Tells me he's not fully max HP. He's gonna Shadow Ball again, just so he can't roost off the damage. Just try to keep him in a bad spot. Because if he's running, so he's got Stealth Rocks, Spikes. He either doesn't have Body Press or Brave Bird or Roost. And I'm thinking, based on him not clicking his move very quickly, he has Roost. So he's now at 6 left. Based on, I think he might be mono Body Press. We get the Spidops drop, so now he either has to switch or let this thing go down. He could go into Ursaluna. What would he switch in? I think he'd either go... I'm just gonna Shadow Ball again. It hits everything. He roosts again. Okay, so now he's got 5 left. We're gonna Shadow Ball. Not overthink it too hard. And we're gonna KO the Skarm. Okay. Sid KOs Skarm. I mean, I'm just gonna keep Decidueye in until it goes down here. He could be going into... He goes into Boulder. Okay. Iron Boulder. He's not boots either on this guy. No boots. If he is -1, let's say, he's definitely still faster than us. But I'll go for a Giga Drain, I suppose. Giga Drain's not quite taking this out. I'm just gonna Leaf Storm. If he wants to set up, then... Or is Giga Drain the better play? Because Giga Drain's like a roll. And Mighty Cleave's definitely taking this out. I'm just gonna Leaf Storm. In case he wants to let me... He's just gonna Psycho Cut. Okay. So he's got Psycho Cut. And now, I pretty much get a free in to Walking Wake. From the damage that he was at, it's pretty much a roll to Oka with Scald. But I can turn into a ground type. And I mean, he's just gonna go Blastoise right after, and then he's gonna get Webs gone. I could also go into Chi-Yu. He's got Quick Attack. Quick Attack's not taking me out. Dark Pulse is doing a lot. He could just go into Uncle Mike. I think that's okay. And Chi-Yu, well, if Chi-Yu switches in and then uses an attack, it's pretty much in for the rest of the game. But I think that's fine. I'm gonna go into Chi-Yu. I'm gonna take a whole lot of chip. I think I'm gonna be brought all the way down to 50, right? 141. Yeah, 51%. And going for Dark Pulse is fine. If he goes into Iron Hands, If he's just like AV, Dark Pulse into Fire Blast is doing a lot. I'll go for Dark Pulse. And if you Scarf into Psycho Cut, which cannot touch me. I could have maybe clicked Flamethrower or Fire Blast on this hand switch in. Yeah, he goes into hands. And this is not going to do a whole lot. He's caught in the webs, once again. Dark Pulse should be doing about 18-ish%. That's looking about right. Fire Blast is doing about half. And Chiyu does not have another switch in, so I'm gonna go for it. Try to do as much damage as possible to this guy. If he is just like that AV set, it's gonna bring him down to about 25. He'll Drain Punch me and get a little bit of it back. He's gonna Fake Out. That's on 63. Okay. We're at 23%. We have 2 Life Orb hits left in us. I could go for Flamethrower and get guaranteed damage off. And then with Skarmory gone. So what do I do once Chiyu goes down here? If he uses the AV set, and I go into Walking Wake, and I hit the Terra Ground on him, Flamethrower into Terra Blast is actually looking like it would take this out. So I'm actually going to go for Flamethrower instead. Just so I don't risk missing the Fire Blast. He's going to switch out, okay. He might just go into the Turtle, which is what he does. So he's going to be able to spin these webs away, likely. Ooh, that's a pretty close. If he's carrying Aqua Jet, if he doesn't have Jet, we kill him with Dark Pulse. Oh, he could be going back into hands actually. Do I want to Fire Blast on the hands play? Yeah, he could go into hands and then fake us out again. I'm gonna go for Fire Blast because this still has a chance to KO. If he stays in and just tries to go for the spin. If he goes, and this covers him going back into hands for a fake out play. He's just gonna Jet, okay. So Blastoise KOs Chiyu. And Blastoise is pretty low, he's at about a quarter. If I go back into Wake, Terra Blast Ground is not getting there. How much is Metagross doing? Metagross with Psychic Fangs is getting there. And actually, I'm at 188 or 118 rather. If he's carrying Aqua Jet, it's a guaranteed KO. I could go for Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch isn't getting me there either. I need to go Wake, I think. Yeah, because I'm at 118. It's not going to get me there. But I can't really go into Wake this turn because I don't KO him. I could Bullet Punch maybe. I'm gonna go Metagross. How much am I put at here? 96 and then 6. Okay. So we're barely gonna live. Yeah, Jet's taking us out. I have to Bullet Punch. He's -1. He's got like no speed. So my Bullet Punch will go off first here. I've accidentally closed my calculator. We're just gonna Bullet Punch. I still don't think that's in range for Wake. But we're gonna go for it. Suppose we don't really have another option. Because I don't think Strange Team is getting there. So it's now pretty much Wake versus the world. Let me just check one more time. If he's max like he appears to be. My calculator's bugging. I mean, I don't have another play. I just have to go for the Terra Blast here. And just hope that this KOs. Best case is he actually switches out here. No, he's gonna stay in. And this Terra Blast, it's looking like a roll. Not in my favor, but it's looking like a roll. If he's full on max. We're gonna go for the Terra Blast. Hopefully this gets there. And it does. Okay. Wake. KOs. Blastoise. I missed one, I think. Unless his KOs Chi-Yu, and that's goes into the Raging Guy. And he's Terra Water. And the way he went into this thing tells me he most definitely has Terra Blast, which is going to take me out here. And I don't think Weezing's going to be able to really help all too much. I believe this is GG, is going to beat me 4-0. Do I have... I mean, I guess just hope on a choke that he just doesn't Terra, I guess. Nah, he's going to Terra. So, Raging, KOs, blocking, and Raging should also KO Weezing. Yeah, GG to John here. I mean, he played the game way better than I did. He kind of forced my walls down really early. Yeah, that did 7. That's Assault Vest. We brought triple Assault Vest to my team. We actually live. I wonder if I go into Weezing. Fellas, hear me out. This might still be winnable. I don't think it is. I think he has too many pieces left on the board. I'm gonna switch into Weezing here, because I need Walking Wake to be basically the last guy in, because he's the only one who has a chance. We're gonna take that. We're gonna take the Terra Blast. We should live this. And if we're in with Weezing, yeah, we're gonna live on 48. Weezing, we should be faster if he doesn't have a whole lot of speed, and we can Pain Split and bring him down way lower. He's gonna switch out, so we're gonna get a lot of HP back. Goes in Ursaluna. Okay, we're not gonna get as much HP back. He knows that his Raging Bolt needs to stay healthy. We're gonna bring it down to about half. Weezing kind of has to stay in here against Ursa, Luna, Blood Moon. Strange Steam is looking like it takes us out. I mean, it's my best play. We're gonna go for it. It does take it out, okay. Weezing. KOs Ursa, Luna. Maybe it's not as dire as I thought it was. Goes into Shoulder Day. If I was just looking as dire as I thought it was. I lied. So if he goes for... We are Pataya Berry, which could matter. I don't think it will, but it could. We're at 106 on Wake. Is there any hope that I live a move from Shoulder Day here? I am Terra Ground. If he sees me, I'm at 106. It's a KO. If he's got Psycho Cut. Psycho Cut is also a guaranteed KO. I think this is good game. I'm gonna Pain Split again on the off chance that I live. He's gonna go for Psycho Cut. Our Type A is going to activate. We're gonna live on 47. Wait a minute. So we're gonna bring it down to about half. Type A only going to 47? Oh, it's not very high. Psycho Cut. No, that's about right for max attack Jolly. I'm just gonna go for another Strange Team. I suppose. I do think this is gonna take us out. It does, yeah. That's a crit. It probably didn't matter. Boulder, KOs, Wheezing. So we brought the differential back a little bit, but in the end, I do not think it's going to matter too much. Go back in the wake for Terra. Terra Blast is taking this out, and it covers the other two switch-ins, so we're gonna go for it. He's got a Psycho Cut. Oh, he's Scarf. He just KOs us. Okay. Boulder. KO's Wake. Yeah, GG's to my man. He played his switch-ins super well, and he just broke my walls down. Couldn't really do too much into him. But that's okay. That basically means if we want to make playoffs, we absolutely have to win our next match. Like, if we lose our next match, which I do believe is into Spider, Midnight Glide Scores. If we do lose that match, we are out of playoffs, guaranteed. And if we win, it's going to come down to differential. Me being able to pick up one more diff could matter. But we'll have to see. Yeah, major shouts to John Jr. Make sure you go check him out, show him some love. And check out the rest of the JJDL coaches down below. They're all the GOATs. And, you know, go show some love on their channels too. But yeah, I'll see you next week. Hopefully we win. We make the playoffs. See you later.